today we're doing electrolysis.
Specifically for what?
Electroplating.
And what are we going to be electroplating?
Some quarters and a fork.
Alright, so this kit came from SCI, and let's go through what was in the box. I have it all laid out here on the table. So it looks like we got 2 brass rods. Must add that we didn't get any directions. I went on the internet and printed out some instructions, so we'll go with those. So let's see, we got 2 brass rods.
Copper.
Yep.
The copper plating we're going to be doing. And some bunch of paper clips.
We also got the beaker. 2 screws, which I have no idea what they're going to be used for.
And this.
We got the alligator clips.
We know how to use.
And 2 pieces of wire. And most importantly, copper sulfate.
Also known as chemicals.
Okay, so there's something we got to talk about here on the copper sulfate. So what do we got here on the side there? What does it say?
Health, flammability.
What color is the health? So everybody see what we're looking at here.
Health blue.
Okay. Health is blue, but there's a number next to it.
Number?
You see the numbers?
2.
Okay.
Flammability, red 0. Reactivity, yellow 0.
Okay, so those numbers have meaning. So let's read what these.
Oh, so this tells us what the numbers.
Yeah, so these were stripes, and they're usually referred to as
health hazard, deadly, extreme danger, hazardous, slightly, hazard. Wait, it says 2. It's hazardous. And then there's a 0. Instability, stable.
Okay, so this is just what they typically look like, as a diamond shape. I did print out some. It's referred to as a fire diamond, which ours does not have. So let's just go through here. So what was the red? Flammability? What was it, 0?
Yeah.
And what does 0 mean? Right here, I'm sorry. See, this is flammability, 0 through 4.
Materials that will not burn under typical fire conditions.
And they have an example there.
Including entering, I don't even know what that's.
Carbon tetrachloride. Okay, so we're safe with that, right?
Occur. Include some finely divided Oh, I was reading the wrong place.
Okay, so we're safe with that. It's 0, right?
Materials such as concrete, stone, and sand. Materials that will not burn in air when exposed to temperature of 820 Celsius, 1,500 Fahrenheit, for a period of 5 minutes, which will not happen.
No. However, the health, which is blue, is a number 2.
Intense or continued, but not
Chronic
exposure could cause temporary impact and are possible
residual
injury.
Diethyl ether is an example, and ammonium phosphate.
And then
we're number 2, right?
There's reactivity.
We are number 2, right?
Yes.
So you got to take some precautions, right?
Caution to this deadly.
It's not deadly. It's just.
It's deadly.
It's just. Let's see. Okay, and then what's the instability, which is the yellow one?
Which is 0. Normally stable, even under fire exposure conditions. It is not reactive with water, which we will be using.
Yep. So we're all good there, right? So you got your safety glasses on, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna put some glasses on, or you got the off.
I already have them on.
Yes.
You already have yours on.
And we're gonna put some gloves on. Very important. Once we put the gloves on, do not touch your face, okay?
Okay.
You've been touching your glasses and whatnot and fidgeting, so don't do that anymore, okay?
Yeah, I know.
Do your best. I know they're not meant for you, but.
I'm trying to get them into.
You got your pinky. You're good.
There is my glove of power.
right, you get another one there? So again, this didn't come with instructions. I downloaded some from the internet, from Instructables, I think it was. Or actually Home Science, what does it say on the bottom there?
I'm trying to get my gloves
I'll
on.
help you in a second.
All I need is my pinky in the right spot. Hey, pinky, what are you doing?
Okay.
What is my pinky doing?
I don't know, you're in control of it. You do what you need to do with it.
Okay, we're good.
You good? Alrighty. Do not touch anything, got it? Alright. So where do we get these from? These came from Home Science Tools, electroplating, copper. You want to read up a little bit there?
Electroplating uses a form of electrolysis.
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 We're going to do another experiment on electrolysis later on, okay?
In which the electrodes play a bigger role than just conducting the current. Using electricity, you can coat the metal of one electrode with metal of the other. Jewelry and silverware can be silver or gold plated, while zinc is electroplating.
So remember I just told you about...
My face itched.
Well, that's not a reason. Would you rather just don't touch your face, okay? Doesn't matter. You can't do it.
We didn't do that yet.
I know, I understand we didn't do that, but
You're making me practice.
yes.
Require specialized chemicals and equipment to make simple procedure that'll transfer copper to a brass key. Adult supervision and chemical safety equipment required.
Yes, that's why I keep on bothering you. Do not, I'm serious, do not do that again, okay?
I will just try not to do it once I start.
Yes.
Release that.
Okay, so keep going.
Let's use those sticks.
Yeah, we're gonna mix it, I think. All right.
How do I not touch anything? I'm touching the air.
Don't touch yourself, okay? I could clean the table, I could clean everything else, but
So I'm allowed to do this.
yes. Your whole point, you just you're not supposed to touch yourself.
1. Prepare the key for copper plating by cleaning it with toothpaste or
So instead of soap, we're going to use, because I read on another site that you should use a degreaser. So I went to
dry it off on a paper towel. Where do we have a paper?
Yeah, we'll get to that. We're going to mix the stuff up.
Right there.
Yeah. We're going to use
Zip.
the Zep. Yep, degreaser. And we're going to be coating a fork and 2 quarters.
Fork and 2 quarters.
Does it say where? These 2. Okay, so you want to attach? Okay, how far did you get? I'm sorry.
2. Stir the copper sulfate into some hot water in a beaker until no more will dissolve. Your solution should be dark blue. Let it cool.
Okay. Once we open that bottle up, do not touch your face. Understand?
Okay.
Understand?
What, you mean once the bottle's open?
Once we start touching stuff.
Once I start touching the
Mhm.
bottle.
Yeah. When we start working closely with it. So we're going to be using the popsicle and whatnot with that. All right.
We
So.
haven't cleaned it yet.
Hmm?
We haven't cleaned it yet.
No. That was alright by that.
I really read the instruction to do it.
What's that?
I read the instruction to do it.
That's what this is. All right. So.
You're kind of in the way.
I'm sorry. Okay. Let's set some water in here.
That looks like enough already.
Well, we're gonna be hanging these off the top of it, so that should be good right there. Actually. All right. You're gonna be the mixer, okay?
Okay. So I'm not touching the bottle.
Well, you're gonna be touching. You're gonna be really close to it, okay?
Okay. Can't hold this popsicle stick correctly.
Can you describe what it looks like?
Oh, I thought it was water.
No. What does it look like?
Crystals.
Okay. What color are they? Come on.
Cyan, I guess.
I was expecting blue, but cyan is probably more accurate. All right, so it says to dissolve as much as possible. So I'm gonna pour. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna pour some in there. You're gonna mix it. I'm gonna tell you to stop. I'm gonna pour more in. You're gonna mix it. Okay.
Just like when
Yep.
you're doing making the slime.
I don't want to accidentally pour anything on you. So when I say stop, stop. Okay. And you're gonna.
You did that with the slime.
I know.
It's still fine if you do it. But I still have to wash my hands or something after.
Well, yeah. Let me see what we got going on here. So we are right about there. We should be good. All right. So I'm gonna pour some in there. Ooh. All right. So mix around. I'm gonna try dissolving all of that. Okay.
At least try.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to, but I need to try.
Actually, that's probably enough to begin with.
Can I see if they're dissolving?
Yeah.
I can't see them.
You don't want to get your fingers in there, okay? Because if you get your fingers in there, we're going to stop and put new gloves on, okay?
Okay. Do we have more gloves?
I'll get more gloves.
Wait, we're gonna have to make a part 2?
Well, I will get up and get gloves.
I can touch anything I want with my other hand. Besides my hand.
Well, yeah, if you want to keep track of what you touched and didn't touch, yes, that is correct. I don't recommend in getting to that habit.
Looks pretty dark blue to me.
Yeah, I think I put way too much in here. You keep mixing, okay?
There's a chunk.
Oh, it's going away.
My arm's tired.
Okay, here. Don't touch anything. Okay, now.
Do not touch anything with your hand. I can touch anything I want with this one.
Alright, so I'm going to. That looks pretty good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Put this on you there. Alright, so next I'm going to clean while you're sitting there. I'm going to clean the 2 quarters and the fork with the degreaser, okay?
Okay.
Unless you want to do it. You want to do it?
No, thank you.
You sure?
How are we cleaning these?
I'm just going to spray them.
That.
Mm-hmm. You good?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so I do that. And do a fork. So this is an odd one. So I was afraid to use one of our old kitchen forks because Mommy would get mad. So we're going to use a silver fork, which is way better than our kitchen fork, but she won't get mad about this. Ain't that amazing?
Yeah.
But anyway.
I was kind of worried that someone would get mad if we were using it.
Well, for some reason, I'm safe to use these forks, but not our ones. We're gonna make them better. We're gonna make them copper covered, right?
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's gonna agree with that, though.
Pretty much, I think silver's better than copper.
It is, but we're only coating it. We're not. All right, and we're just gonna lean this against.
If you were to sell this fork, would it still sell at the same price?
Well, the weight of the silver that's used in the fork would probably be. Yes, it'd probably be the same value.
So those are cleaned off.
They are.
3. Use one alligator clip to attach the copper electrode to to the positive terminal of the terminal, now called the cathode.
Well, we're not getting there. So I'm going to do one and you're going to do one. Okay, take one of these, right? And take a quarter. And how do I do this?
I'm not allowed to touch my other hand.
Alright. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to make the quarter hang from just like that would work. Something like that.
You do it for me.
Okay, so you could look at that. Well, yeah, you actually have to work at it a little bit. You can't just pretend like it's gonna.
I have no extra hands to help me.
Alright. So, you're gonna put one on, you're gonna put. Oh, I thought these were gonna just hang on there. You wanna get the other one and put it on there?
Mm-hmm.
No, we're only gonna use this one. I don't know why we got two. Gonna do that? Can you bend it a little bit and try putting it on there? No.
You can bend it.
Alright, so like that. Alright, so hang it on there. You're gonna hang it on this one. On this one. On this one. The one I have in my hand. On this one. We're gonna hang them both on the same one. See how this one's hanging on here? Alright, there you go.
In there.
And we're gonna dump those in there just like that. Shoot. Ah. We're gonna just put a little bit of water in there just for to cover them. Okay. And you want to put the fork in there too?
And how are we
just lean it against, like stick it in there and lean it against the brass rod.
No.
What's the matter?
I must have pulled off my glove.
Very good. Okay, so that should be metal against metal, right? You're good with the glove? You good?
No.
Oh, your hands are getting all sweaty, aren't they?
Yeah.
Alright, that should be good. Alright.
That's good.
Alright. So negative goes to the forks, right?
It said use positive.
No, it didn't.
Did it? But it says positive.
I'm sorry, so you want to put this in there too?
It says where is it? Positive, negative.
Use one eye to attach a copper electrode to the positive terminal of the battery. This is now the anode. It attaches to the negative. This would be the called the cathode.
This here. I'm putting them on where? Oh.
Careful, buddy. Okay. Let's read again. Okay, so
it says attach the positive one to the copper.
Okay, you want to do that, or you want me to do it? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Here, I'll do it. And you dunk it into the solution. Okay. There you go. You want to hang it off to the side, okay? Off to the side, off on the side of the glass. You want to hang it, okay? Like so, okay? Oop.
And then the negative one attach.
Huh? That's interesting. We're all good, right?
That's the egg bot.
Yeah.
And then it says attach the negative one to the fork or something. Just attach the negative one to the quarter or the fork.
I think the
probably the fork, because it's the only one hanging out of the water.
Well, we're going to attach it to the brass.
Oh, we're attaching it to the brass.
Mm-hmm. This is okay. And once we do that, what's next? We're gonna like that.
I think we're gonna have to make a part 2.
Why is that?
Because it said.
You're supposed to work with me, buddy.
My hand is right there.
All right, I think we are ready to juice this thing up. Does it say anything else? What we gotta do?
At the 6, it says wait for 20 to 30 minutes until you are happy with the amount of copper that's
Okay.
on the stuff. But we're not there yet. We're on 4, partially suspend the key, which means fork or quarters,
Yep.
in the solution while wrapping the wire lead loosely around the pencil.
I don't know. Oh, they were using. Oh, so yeah, again, they
And
were
placing the pencil across the mouth of the beaker. And the alligator clip should not touch the solution. Is this what it means?
We're good. Yep.
And then 5, place the copper strip into the solution, making sure it doesn't touch the key. And the solution level is below the alligator clip. An electrical circuit has now formed, and the solution formed and current is flowing.
You want to kick it on and see what happens?
6, leave the circuit running for 20 to 30 minutes until you are happy with the amount of copper on the fork or quarter.
Okay. So
let's turn this thing on.
Oh wait, hold on. We got to make sure that these are not touching because that was an important part. That would just be a short thing.
Do not touch the solution.
I think we're good like that. You want to turn it on?
Where's the on button?
Just press this button right there.
Which one?
That one right there. Oop. Okay, around, and I'm going to turn it on again. We have it set at 7 volts, 5 amps, so it'll kick off. Why are you standing? So we have it set at 7 volts, and it's gonna, if it goes above 5 amps, it's gonna kick. So, see what happens. I was really close because we had it at 5 amps, we had it set at, and it's using 4 amps.
And there's 7 volts.
Yep. Can we see anything going on in there? Nothing bubbling?
Nothing's bubbling, but I can already see it turning to copper.
Can you really?
Yes. The sides are turning copper.
So I guess we should let this go for a couple minutes and then come
It says
back, right?
until you're happy. Let's let them watch.
Should we sit here and wait?
You can let them watch and then
Well, I'm
watch
gonna leave the
them.
camera. Yeah. Well,
Bye.
we're gonna come back, right?
Yeah, we're coming back.
What?
24 minutes. Can they see the solution? They can't even see the copper.
Let's see what
We can show them after.
we can. I'm gonna pull this out real quick. Oh,
That's. We need to wait for it to dry though. Just put it back in.
I think we don't have to wait that long, do we?
It
I
says
think
20 to 30 minutes.
that looks like we're good with what we got already.
Guess we went in there.
I think we're done. I think we're good. I don't think we have to wait that long. Oh, I think we're good, buddy.
Okay, but then we're gonna have to wait.
Let's just wait like a minute or 2 more minutes, okay?
2 more minutes, guys. I'm trying to turn that copper.
Well, I'm just trying to make sure it's you know what we should have did? I had the heating plate with the stir in it.
Why can I see copper falling to the floor?
Well, there's some stuff falling off. I'm not exactly sure what that is.
Copper.
I don't think it's copper. Uh-oh.
Do not
We don't. Alright, let's
turn it
turn on for a second. What's going to happen is, let's see what we got here. I'm not exactly sure what happened there.
Turn it around. The front came out well.
Yeah. Let's,
And
should
the
we?
coins? The coins are perfect.
Alright, so let's, okay. So let's shut this off.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Oh, you okay? Shut the big switch off too.
Big switch.
Just hit the big button.
That's what I was pressing.
Okay. Yeah. How do you want to do this? Leave your gloves on. We're almost done. You're doing so well. All right. So let's do that. So there's that.
There's one going.
Heck, that was only in there for like 2 minutes, right?
It already looks perfect.
Do you want to wipe one off? You want me to wipe them both off? Or?
You can wipe it.
Okay. I wouldn't say they're perfect, but.
Do you think you could actually still use these
I would think so.
instead of using them as pennies?
There's one.
I forget, are pennies made out of copper or bronze?
They are made out of, what are they? What are they, zinc with copper plating on them now, I think?
So they copper plate them?
Yeah, because at one point in time, the worth of the metal was worth more than the penny. All right, so here's what we got. We got a quarter. Does that look like it has copper on it now?
Yeah.
Is that pretty cool?
Mm-hmm.
We may put these after we're done with the video. We might turn this back on and let them set for a little bit longer.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if we stop here and show what we got, I think it's...
But you stopped touching my hands.
I'm sorry. Thank you. But I think this shows what was supposed to happen. We definitely got some plating going on. And I think we thoroughly messed up our fork, right?
Yeah, because you were like...
I'm going to try polishing it and see if we could fix it back up again so we can still use it. I think that's pretty much
Looks
done.
still usable.
What happened to the paper clips?
They turned copper.
They did, yeah. What do you think? Was that fun?
Yes, it was.
You think so? So, like I said, we're going to do another project at some point with electrolysis, but it's going to be electrolysis of water.
That is kind of water. There's water in it.
No, it's going to break it down. When we do electrolysis on water, it's going to break it down into hydrogen and oxygen. And then we'll get to play with a little bit of fire. Because what happens when the hydrogen burns pretty abruptly. But that's for another day. We all good?
Mm-hmm.
Want to describe what it looks like? What does copper look like as far as the color goes?
Bronze.
It looks like bronze. Bronze is made out of copper. All right, I will help you do it. You gonna say goodbye before you do that?
Bye.
Okay, did I tell you how to do this now? Grab something on the inside, get your fingers on the inside, and then pull the gloves like this. So look at, watch. All that junk that was in it is now inside the glove. Got it? Then you grab your other glove, your bad glove, and look, watch, and go like that. Not everything.
Me. I'm allowed to.
Yeah, let me do it. You got something in your, you're supposed to grab it. There you go. Now hold that glove. Crumple it. No, don't touch it. Grab it, crumple it up in your hand, and go like this. There you go. All done. Now I can clean up the mess.